Alright, as always, it is Bat of Nimmer Station. I apologise for background noise. I suspect it will be fine when I'm not talking, but I suspect that when I'm talking there will be noticeable background noise. Ooh, that's a spiky lag spike. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we're good to go. Cool. Yeah, so, back as always, nothing in particular to discuss. I'm planning on ideally just getting up to what's his name, Kinga Hurl. Ideally, I feel we've got enough information now to win that fight. Ow. So that'll be the aim. I mean, it's been the aim every time, but, you know, there might actually be more of a chance of it happening now. Oh my. More of a chance of that happening now. How long was that I survived there? Probably 1 minute. Nice. Batter Nimbus Station, hardcore expert right here. Knows all of the tricks, including how to die to Stromlings on round 2. Where are the remaining enemies, sir? Just wanted to be noted that we have actually had some character growth, and I've gotten better at not just throwing 100% into bum rushing the first couple of rounds. Just want to note that there's been a little bit of improvement at least. Yeah, but oh, I guess I'm using a new microphone as well. Am I using a new microphone? I don't know if I'm using a new microphone. I've got earphones which have a new microphone connected up to them. I have absolutely no idea if that's the microphone I'm using because I have not tested this in advance because that would require preparation and like some degree of forethought. We don't do that here. But yes, yeah, I mean, so we're coming off the back of quite a bit of success in the last thing I did, partially because, yeah, sure, we managed to work out what's going on with Kinga Hurl, but also we managed to get the double jump bug that well, not the double jump bug, the projectile bug that I'd theorized we could use for infinite height gain ages ago, and actually demonstrate that, you know, we could use it for infinite height gain and actually achieve infinite height gain. Which is good. Oh, and I also checked live footage of Vanguard and Survival, and you can see the same effects going on. So this isn't just a DLU problem. This is a problem with the original game. I'm assuming you can probably hear the fact that the washing machine in the other room seems genuinely like it's trying to take flight. It's loud as heck. Okay, that wasn't what I really wanted to happen. Let's not mess that up. There was a non-zero chance I'd die right there, and that would be a little bit sad. So yeah, as always, for me, the run is... okay, and I don't know if you can hear now that high-pitched beeping noise, but that is a noise that will go off for about a minute. Because I'm not rushing to instantly get the clothes out of the washing machine. Bit of a rip for it, less of a rip for me. So they can come out whenever. Well, I mean, no, they can't remain in there indefinitely, because I need to put other clothes in there at some point, but whilst not quite indefinitely, fairly near to it. If by fairly near to it you mean the time it takes me to get to Kinga Hurl once. Yeah, so for me, the run is split up kind of into a couple of parts. There's basically like, I don't know, I feel like. So in my head, we've like got the split into like early game and mid game, with early game being defined more or less by getting 2 Merkle Blotch. Then mid game just being the point where everything slows down because the only viable option is to safe everything. Like mid game being the point where, you know, I actually have to think about positioning a lot more. I have to think about aggroing only a limited number of enemies at a time. Whereas you can see in this early game, I'm very free with my motion. I'm running around a lot. Yeah, so I'd say there's the really early game. Come on. The really early game, which like is up to round 4. Then there's the like the rounds which have the most concentrated risk of me dying, I would say, which are the rounds 5 and 6. I'd say overall I've lost more games to those 2 rounds than I have to any others, I would suspect. Was a very, very dubious play on my part. Okay, well, that's scuffed as heck getting into the loop, but we're in it. So. Okay. Yeah, because it feels like once I get to the later rounds, it's... I don't know. It's a lot more of the same. Then so that's like rounds, what, 9 till 14 probably. Those are the rounds that are just mostly like, I would characterize them as just a little bit tedious. Oh, hello. Let's try and avoid. I could risk this a little bit more, but what would I gain from that? Probably only the sweet release of death. So I'm not going to do that. Speaking of the sweet release of death, we got very close there. Ouch. Okay, I'm just going to take out the mechs first. Ouch. Didn't realise this side was as clear as it was. Yeah. See you seeing me. But now you won't see me. There we are. It's good. Probably one. No, I didn't aggro you. How did I not aggro you? Genuinely somewhat surprised by that, but okay. Ooh, I don't like that lag spike. That lag spike does not fill me with any confidence whatsoever. We're down 1 hit. Are we? Have we made it back up somehow? Oh, we're just down 2. Evidently, I missed going down 1. So what I mean when I say I'm down 1 hit, because I realise that's not terminology I've ever used before. I mean... that I've missed out on one of the... So in theory, I should attack in combos of 3. What happened there was I twice missed out on one of the hits, and so only did 2 in a combo. And so that's fairly common with the... because the lunge attack will quite often stun you out of 1 hit. Good. Yeah, not quite good, actually. Misplay. There we are. In the loop, and despite not setting up the cherry, actually good cherry timing. There we are. No real reason to heal there. If I get hit once to Muggle Blotch, I die, so healing actually is... It does not matter how much health they have for this round. I mean, as long as it's greater than 0. But let's just go for this anyway. I mean, when I say go for this anyway, it's not like there's actually a downside. I'm going for it despite. So, that's a misnomer. I think you're doing that. Maybe watch a little nearer. I'm not a fan of this at the moment. Oh, wow. How am I missing so many of these? It's a little bit late of an attack. So ideally I want to attack quite early. Such that even if I am close enough, there's the maximum chance that Muggle Blotch is stunned. Which, again, shouldn't be happening. I suspect the version I'm playing on at the moment is actually quite an out-of-date DLU version. I'm not certain. I know various things have been updated on this. Like people testing out extra content, etc. But I don't know if the server version's been updated, because, I mean, it seems like there's no nav mesh for Battle Infestation. I know I've played other servers where there are. Actually, it's not just BoNS that doesn't have a nav mesh on here. Gnarled Forest doesn't. Really should set my patcher to full download. That would have been very nice if I done that. Okay, let's cherry. Well, he actually put me to 8, but yeah. Yeah, I could get rid of that. Okay, let's actually think. Nope, I didn't think. Can't retroactively think. That's technically somewhat risky. I figured because there were just 2 of them and I knew exactly what to look out for, I could go for that. But in theory, that was risking it. There are safer strategies there. And I've got 2 at the mag road. No, I'm not going to do the dumb move. I'm going to leave a couple strongly pirates aggroed over there. Or unaggroed, rather. Which means that I will have a clear route to the end. This is something I have never implemented on this round. And so it normally ends up with me doing fairly janky strategies to take out the admirals with one pirate, or the single admiral rather, with one pirate still alive. However, don't need to do that if I just leave those two alive. And there's no reason that I actually should have to smash them. Nope. That's a big nope from me. Hey there. Oi! Oi! Aye! LU, but it's voiced by an intro of LU. Anyone care to support this new project on Patreon? To clarify, I'm memeing. Okay, stick as far out as possible. I'm going to aggro a couple. There's not much. A couple of mechs. There's not anything really I can do about that. You can always wait out the mechs, though. That's something I've discovered. That if I do wait long enough, the mech will, like this mech, for instance, will just walk up to me. Take a little while. I should from here. Whoa, okay. I was doing that entirely to avoid Stromling pirates. I saw what might happen there, and so literally just hit a healing cherry. Right, like, evidently just half a second too late. Guess I just have to safe scenarios like that. Because again, there were safe strats. I went with the risky ones there. Touch risky. I figured they were far enough out that it wouldn't matter. Are there three over here? There's one here. Cool. Slightly annoyed at that last death. Not because it wasn't my fault or anything, but just like, I probably shouldn't have died to it. Did I just get a ground pound off of a projectile? I think that may have been what happened. Not too bad. Actually, aside from this ending where I'm going for this times, 2 minutes isn't a bad hardcore LU early game. Or, okay, not early game, certainly not by definition. I said I normally use for like early and late game earlier, but I guess late game isn't a definition I will have ever had cause to use up to this point, because I've obviously never gotten anywhere near the 4 horsemen, which is what I think I would clarify as late, or would class as late game. Ow. This is a reasonable round 4 time. It's a sub 3-minute round 4. That's not terrible. Why was I that laissez-faire? I knew that there was a risk of getting a spidling there. I was just like, yes, this is fine. Ow. Got bonked. Well, this was an interesting... I need to come up with, yeah, just names for the sections. Wow, that's... You're very close. That was actually a pro gamer move from that mech. Nope. Really? How was I not far enough away there? Okay. That's actually somewhat surprising. As you can probably tell by the tone of my voice. That was worth a try. Gotta full send them sometimes, you know. Well, I assumed that the time to reach Kinga Hurl would not extend ad infinitum, but seems like that may have been optimistic, judging by my performance at the moment. I thought there was only one strongling in the pile that was just slightly off to one side. Oh, this is bad. Very rarely do I have 2 coin piles from deaths existing simultaneously in Battle Infestation. That should not ever be a thing. You know you've seriously messed up. Okay, I should start playing it a little safer. We're having a little bit too much fun here, and that increase in fun is causing a decrease in my KDR. That'd be an interesting stat for the passport. Not that it wouldn't be significantly bulked by stromlings, but... Just thought you might enjoy the sound effect. What? Where? Oh, there are just lots of you there. Okay. That was a little bit weak. Good single ground pound, getting rid of quite a few, and then slow rest of it. Aggro up. Okay, what did I say about not full sending on the early rounds? Okay, this time I'm making it to Merkle Blotch. Don't care what the time is. I'm full safing. He said I'm full safing. Let's not do that. See, look at this. No time taken up whatsoever. I love how it was literally just early game I noted that I'd gotten so much better at, like, not trying to speedrun the early rounds. And then I think that just made me notice the fact that, hey, speedrunning early rounds is an option. And then I suddenly started trying to speedrun the early rounds. And then it had the expected effect of me dying a lot more to the early rounds. What's the one extra? Why wasn't... Oh. Am I... Aren't there normally more groups of 3 on round 2? Okay. Anyway. Doesn't really matter. Anyone can see that. Doesn't really matter to me. Anyway, we are now out of the mindset of, yes, full send every round. So I don't know where the expression full sending actually arose from. Or whether or not I'm even using it in standard use. I picked it up from a couple of friends who just use it as meaning going all out at something. Feels like the kind of thing that would have been used in BTD battles, something like that. Well, I think it actually is, but I used in the, well, I guess was SCB battles too now, but used in the context. So yeah, I know that was a phrase used, but I wonder if it like evolved from something like that into the usage where my friend used it and then I picked it up. I'm going to aggro the spiderling here, but it won't reach me in time. Okay, over here we'll de-aggro it. Where's the one extra thing? Oh, it's that mech. Okay, cool. Enough of that. Wow, that was interesting. Okay, hopefully not going to die stupidly to any dark spiderlings. Still very confused by that last death, but... Battle of Nimbus Station giveth, Battle of Nimbus Station taketh away. I'm also confused by the amount of damage I did there, but maybe I just lost one early on. For anyone wondering why I wait there, it's so that I stun out the attack of the Hammer Stromling. My timing is just a lot more consistent if I wait for it to come to me, and there's no risk that we'll like run past one another. What am I doing? I don't really want to be in the centre there. Gonna aggro that guy. I was hoping I'd get more damage off of that mech. You're gonna aggro to me, that's fine. Wasn't... Okay. Aggro the mech, the spiderling here, but it's fine. De-aggro it by running off over here. Nice and easy. We'll aggro the guy now, but it's fine. There was a slight risk that I'd be at the wrong point on his attack cycle there, but I had full health, so it didn't matter. Don't actually need to dodge that attack. It does... Oh, that was bad. Yeah, there's no actual benefit to dodging the initial shot because, well... Oh, no. Ooh, there we are. When I say, like, situational awareness is really key in this. That there is exactly why, because I got I wasn't situationally aware and got very, very lucky. And I happened to see that and react quickly enough. Because otherwise I was on 1 health, it was a Stromling, that would have been one of the saddest deaths ever. More or less perfect Hammer Stromling. It's a fast start for the Spiderling. Normally... Oh, I don't like that. Yeah, normally you have to put in a little bit of effort, and that normally equates with time getting the Spiderling into the loop. Whereas it is possible to just run up and get the Spiderling into the loop straight away with a triple attack. It just requires you get up fairly quickly. Just a little bit of timing. So, good things. There's only one enemy I will be facing which actually has armor here. And that is Kinga Hurl. Once I've done Kinga Hurl... Well, armor's not so much the issue, but armor slash any form of health regen. There is a single enemy in the entire Battle Limber Station with health regen, and that is Kinga Hurl. And that's really what makes him as tanky as he is. But fortunately, as the fight goes on, his health regen, or rather his armor regen, decreases. So, it's not actually that bad. It seems to be, I've mentioned this in the past, but it seems to be it goes, it goes like 1 over n plus 1, where n's the number of times he's been knocked out. So when you knock him out for the first time, he'll only regen to half after that. Oh, that was bad. That was... I knew this. I knew I was coming up with something smashed him, but the exact timing there was a little bit lucky. And yeah, as long as I stay on the outside of the middle half of this path, none of the strolling pirates will ever see me. Whoa. Okay, that was weird. My camera angle just zoomed. Freaking speedy boy. Yeah, that one coming towards us is actually nice, because it just means there will be enough. Yeah, that one come towards us as well, which is cool. It just means I don't have to waste time walking towards them. Why regen health when you could miss out on the health regen smashables? Okay, let's... should be a little bit more careful here. It's fine. A little bit of timing goes a long way. There we are. Greatest risk with one of those guys is that you're still running at the point where you get in rate, at the point where they reach you, or when you reach them, and that they also continue to run because they're a little behind on your position. On the server side, you go past them, your main attack misses, because you're now facing completely the opposite direction. It's unlikely, but it is... I believe it is possible. I need to be a little bit more diligent about getting rid of these, and about running away. Will have aggroed. No, I did not aggro anything there. Okay, cool. Sorry, when I say I did not aggro anything, I don't count the pirates, because there's not much I can do to not aggro them. The mechs, rather. Whereas the pirates, if I am careful, I can avoid aggroing. I may not have been careful enough right there. Looks like I was. Feel like this is safe. I feel like no pirates have spawned on this side. The centre, so I should be safe to attack like this. When you reach for a healing cherry that isn't actually there. And don't like this position. It's maybe close enough to aggro the guy. It's not. That's fine. Nice, okay. Aggro both of those guys. That should be fine. As long as I haven't accidentally aggroed anything else. Okay, well, can handle this anyway. There are a couple at the top, but they're roughly central on that path, which means that as long as I stay within the middle of this path, I should be safe. Or shouldn't tackle them. I'm not really thinking today, evidently. Non-zero risk, I get hit with the 3 damage, but it doesn't matter if I do. Should have said non-zero chance, because my argument was that the risk was negligible. I mean, negligible doesn't mean 0. It's almost the reason why the word exists, but you get my point. I'm gonna just... In theory, I could run past them both, aggro that guy and run back, but the odds of one of them... The odds of me managing to avoid all cannon... And, like, I should be able to see where the cannon firing is, but there's a chance I'd mess it up, and it's not worth the risk, so... Yeah, you may also notice I take a step back when fighting the admirals. And that's again just that I never risk going too far past them. Again, that wouldn't actually happen, I don't think, but it also, I find, is just a useful little bit of tactic to have when fighting most enemies. Tend to try and move back a little bit after each one most of the time. Well, I think I do anyway. I should in theory. Whether or not I actually remember to pull that off in practice, I don't know. Because I'm now... The issue is, whenever I notice it, I will be conscious of myself doing it, which kind of skews things. Because I may well just do it when I'm consciously doing it, if you know what I mean. Okay, so here is the mechless round where the aim of the game was just by baiting out these guys one at a time, taking them on. We'll pretend that the plant did not deflect 3 of those attacks. Actually, it was only 2, I think. Let's not get trapped there. It might actually be too close. That's fine. We can de-aggro. Could pick up another, but probably not worth it. I normally don't actually venture out into the centre this early. But I think that's normally because that spiderling that's over there normally fairly often spawns down here. So normally the centre's kind of blocked off. Okay, I will probably... Oh, I didn't aggro that spiderling. I'm actually quite surprised. Only got the one. That's good. Let's de-aggro it. I swear at some point I thought the spiderling aggro range was a lot more than it is. A lot more than it seems to be anyway. I don't know why I thought that. Because I was really concerned about being unable to de-aggro on these rounds. But that's never actually been an issue. Okay. Well, might as well get started. 1 range attack. Coming close. badly timed healing cherry. Didn't like that delay. I have to play it a little bit safe. Right, nice. Okay. Can also run up. Doesn't matter if I aggro the second one past a certain point, because it will just take too long for it to come and get me. Okay. De-aggro. No, I won't. This will. Okay, cool. Just wanted to have the healing cherry off cooldown for when I run up. That works. It's a little bit scuffed, but that's more than a little bit scuffed. Don't like that at all. That is the first time I've had to deal with two spiderlings trying to get me. Well, at least the first time when I've actually been genuinely playing it quite safe and I've had to deal with that. Yes, I need to aggro this guy over here, because otherwise I might. What's a surprisingly bad shot? Don't want to back too far off, because then we'll risk de-aggroing. But one hit and we're done. Cool. Now I need to aggro these guys one at a time. I can just aggro both of them. Thing is, as long as I remain a good distance away. As long as... what? No, that's annoying. That one bad. Nice. Okay, cool. And then we get to get rid of the true enemy. Those boxes. Or those rocks, I guess. That really scared me for a second. There was no actual good reason for it to scare me that much. It's just that it's, like, out. It's not part of the plan. Okay. There we are. And we're back in the loop. Get further away. There we go. Little sketch. Where's the... Yeah, okay, so there's one over there. Is it just the one this round? Two. Regardless. For anyone wondering why I'm apparently practicing an out of bounds glitch and possibly one of the more stupid places I could be. I'm just wasting time. Just getting that guy a little bit closer so I can fight without risking aggroing anything. Don't actually think that was anything to aggro that I should have been concerned about, but oh well. It's a good habit to be in because things like that Stroming Pirate quite often get me. I don't notice them. So they're just a little bit further down, or they're like behind the wall or something, and so I miss them and then get jump scared by them, and then die fairly often. So, like, let's not. What's the plan? Okay, don't aggro those, so I make my way around the top. Don't think there's anything else by this spiderling preventing me from clearing it out. Then move down. Just keep an eye on the other spiderling. And also on the pirates. Actually, I'm really close to the pirate's aggro radius. I'm surprised I didn't aggro it, if I'm honest. I'm risking the ends of those spiderlings a little bit, but I've kind of mentioned this in the past. In theory, that shouldn't actually be a problem. In theory, risking the very end of a spiderling, if something goes wrong, you probably were dead anyway. Because the only thing that would really go wrong would be serve. I guess I could be. Okay, in a round like this, it's fairly safe. Because in a round like this, I'm pretty much completely in control. That was stupid. The thing is, in theory, like in theory, there are good and bad times to use the healing cherry. Oh, ugh. It's going to go for the long range. Cool. Single attack. Okay, cool. That was sketchier than it should have been. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying. Gonna come at it from this way around. And now I'm aggroing both of those at once. I also think I should be more or less fine. Notice I healed up there. That's called character growth. No, 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 no. Oh, that was... You could hear genuine fear in my voice. That is exactly the worst case scenario that I was talking about earlier for fighting a strumming admiral. It's exactly what I am scared will happen. It's far less of a problem if you click to attack, but I use Alt because I prefer being able to control my camera and like my movements more. I tend to prioritize movement in LU over everything else. Okay, that aggro both of those, but I can de-aggro the hammer hurl. Is this far enough to de-aggro it? Apparently, yes. Apparently there was also another guy I just missed entirely. Poor guys. So annoying. I'm like running around them for a second, for like, goodness, good 30 seconds, and then like they just can't land a hit on me, and then I just run up and smash one of them, then run up and smash the other. Ouch. Man got bonked. And then this guy's fair game. And then there is one pirate and one admiral after. Wasn't a well-timed cherry. I didn't need to use it there, and probably shouldn't have, but it works. Barely, actually. That's actually really sketch. Okay. If I can run up, can aggro both, because, yeah, the admirals have an absolutely abysmal radius. And we're finally getting somewhat close to round 15. And ideally to finally, first time ever, beating Kinga Hurl, hardcore you. In theory. So I should just say the rules for beating Kinga Hurl are... Oh, nice. Okay, free round. At least I assume. I don't see any. Don't see any spiderlings, which are honestly like the primary danger. Okay, so this round should be good then. It's just round 14 and then Kinga Hurl. So you can see why, like, in theory, these rounds are pretty easy. Okay, I've got to be... Let's play this out somewhat cleverly. I'll actually do this. This wasn't part of the plan. Where did the second guy come from? What? Don't actually like this. Now I've got a admiral looking over my shoulders, and I've got to fight two of these guys. I can find space that I'm not used to fighting in. That was weird. And to be careful there not to try and attack from behind the lamppost. That could have potentially been quite bad had I. Now what do I do? What do I do? You know what? I can actually possibly do an outer ring and then use the inner ring to set me up for the next round. It's edgy, not something I'd normally do, but doesn't seem to be too much of an issue with it. Nice setup on the second pirate there. Getting over with that. For anyone thinking I'm being really arrogant when I'm like saying, oh, nice setup, or something like that. The reason I say that is because it is 90% chance. Like, It's never something that I have actually planned. I wouldn't say it's chance. It's mostly deterministic, but it's never something that I've actually planned out in advance. Okay, so this round's fairly free. In before I die to an admiral. Or even worse, in before I group up two strongling pirates and die to them. So it's next round. That's going to be the major stumbling block on my way to Kinga Hurl. You may have noticed I slightly readjusted and ran backwards in the middle of that. That was so I didn't risk. That's actually a little bit annoying. Okay, I'm going to use that admiral as my final. That admiral over there is my final kill of this round. Just because we've got that fight, just because I want to get rid of that pirate before I fight the admiral. Which makes using this pirate as my final a little bit inconvenient. Oh, hello there. Actually, no, wait. It's one of those weird moments where the camera just moves everywhere and I completely lose all sense of direction for about a second. Oh no, I can't do this, can I? Guess that happens. Oi! Oh! Here we are, now, more or less the perfect setup for this round. Okay, what do we have? One guy. Okay. So it should be safe to get this guy. I don't see any reason why not. Should actually be safe to get this guy too. Not quite, but good enough. Remember, never fight a strongling pirate with 3 health. Well, sorry. Never fight a strongling pirate when you yourself have 3 health. Fight a strongling pirate if it only has 3 health. As long as you have yourself more than 3 health. Did I risk that slightly? Yeah, kind of, but I was fairly confident there wasn't too much nearby which could have caused me problems. That's my game plan for this. Remember, it doesn't matter where I end. Okay, you're right, Fred. It doesn't matter where I end up. No, long brag credit. Okay. I will always have the time and ability to move before Kinga Hurl takes his first shot, so I will be completely. Well, I mean, assuming I don't mess up. Assuming I don't mess up, and assuming my knowledge of what's going wrong on previous rounds is accurate, then the Kinga Hurl fight should be safe no matter where I begin from. Which is really important. So that means I don't need to worry too much about what order I kill stuff in here. Ow. Okay, let's just... Got that guy. I'm just now going to run away and de-aggro the other. It's just going to make for a really slow round, but, well, actually I don't need to completely de-aggro that guy. Just heal up. I won't do anywhere enough DPS to actually be a risk. Got this guy coming from behind. No? I was like, okay. Surprised I didn't get inside his radius, but just keeping an eye out on the right-hand side of my screen there. See no Admiral. Good. Yeah, because I knew if I ran too far there, then I would just aggro that guy. Let's be a little careful. 2. Let's aggro 1. Well, aggro both. De-aggro 1. So much of this is literally just sorting enemies. Coming up with strategies for them on their own and then sorting them out. So I have the right one. Ooh, oh, that was a little risky. So you don't want Storming Animals, you don't want to attack too early or too late. Because if you attack too late, I mean, obviously they've already started attacking and you're already dead. If you attack, well, it's more specifically, I mean, on the run-up. There's the risk that if you attack too late, you run past them, as you kind of saw happen earlier. If you attack too early, there's the risk you get caught in the attacking animation whilst you're too far away, and you get stunned by that. Okay, that's cool. We've got... Why am I trying to set up the next round? I don't need to set up the next round. I mean, it won't hurt to minorly set up the next round, but there's nothing... I don't really need to. I might do it for a little bit of convenience. Offer a little bit of peace of mind. Just to start far enough off that I know there's no risk I'll be hit by anything. I know I logically know I won't be, but peace of mind is worth something. So let's go claim that peace of mind. Could even just wait. So I'm fairly certain there's actually quite good clearance around of the Storming Admiral around which you can attack it, but actually, let's just in case I've misremembered. I'm almost 100% certain I haven't, but it does not hurt. I have not misremembered. Alright, here we are. In case you're wondering, that was me unironically cracking my knuckles. Let's go. We ready? Do we think I can do this without messing up? Is the fact that I'm kind of hyping myself up for this a good thing or a bad thing? It's almost certainly a bad thing. Getting close as soon as possible. And we're good for a while. For this method, no risk of a boulder throw. Means we're completely safe. I don't actually know how accurate the visual effects there are on predicting how large the AoE will be. Which means I should probably be a little more careful of it than I am. Here we are. Ooh, that was scary. I probably had time for that final combo, but we don't want to risk it. And okay, here we are. We will never have to do... Well, I say never, I mean in this run. Next time next time you respawn armor, you will respawn with this much armor, so we will never have to do that first part ever again. which is very nice. The only sad thing about this is that the way Kinga Hurl regenerates health, he does not regenerate a finite amount of health. If you add up, if I just didn't damage him whilst he was unconscious, and I added up all the health he would regen, it would go to infinity. Because the harmonic series, which is what his armor regens to, is a divergent series, basically. Which basically what it means is that I can't, like, fully safe the early game and then have him permanently on health only. That is... so, for instance, if he worked using a geometric series where, say, his amount of armor halved each time, then I could do that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Run away and just keep running around till we get that first attack. There we are. Waste a little more time. Oh, I didn't like that. Waste a little more time, but totally worth it. You can see we have made an absolutely minuscule dent in Kinga Hurl's health. Fortunately, as I've mentioned in the past, health bars in LU are not linear, which is very helpful. Well, it's not helpful. It'd actually probably be more helpful if they were linear, but it means you're always further through, or at least if you... yeah, you're always further through the enemy than you would be if it were a linear bar. Also, unironically, if I pull off the strategy I'm planning here, and I still die to Kinga Hurl, then I think I actually have to call this as impossible on the version I'm currently playing. 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I prefer that strategy of moving quite far back, because that then just guarantees I'm on this same side of Kinga Hurl. It's, like, obviously a really minor thing which side of Kinga Hurl I'm attacking him from, but I want to, at all times, be as in control of this entire thing as possible. I want no surprises, and that includes, like, me accidentally running into something, me getting distracted by just noticing something, me having my attention diverted in any way. All of those things could get me killed in this challenge, so... I also... Sorry, one thing I just noticed. You can tell I play LU by looking at my laptop keyboard. Because very few... I mean, obviously, probably not exclusively LU, I'm sure. Other... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm sure there are other games that use Alt primarily, but wow, my Alt key is like... My spacebar is like fairly smoothed out, but my Alt key is pretty much equally smoothed out. And like, most games do not have you pressing Alt as frequently as they have you pressing spacebar. But my Alt is pretty similarly worn down, and that comes basically solely from playing LU. There's a small amount of it, I'm sure, which comes from the fact that I write a lot of equations in Word. And I write enough equations in Word that I very regularly use the Alt equals hotkey. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could go for an extra one. 5, but I'm not going to risk it. Because I'm treating this as like the definitive. Is this possible? I've also got to make sure not to go too far away, actually. I just realised I could de-aggro him, and that would just be so incredibly sad. I should actually do the maths at some point to work out, like, what proportion of the way I'm through if I've knocked him out a certain number of times. One. Actually, no, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because again, the aim, I'm using this as very much a testing run. I'm playing this. Please tell me I did not just... No, I'm running away. Anything unexpected, you always run away. That's what I sometimes... That's honestly the reason I die the most often in hardcore OU runs. It's because I break that rule. That rule that, yeah, should basically govern everything. I mean, obviously that doesn't govern, like, working out. 2. Go with 3. 4. 5. Yeah, obviously that rule doesn't govern, like, experimentation, but if you're actually trying to fully safe and pull off a run, then something unexpected, you run away, you regen all your health, you wait until it de-aggroes, you approach it again. 2. 3. 4. 5. Note, however, that we're nearly reaching the stage of single cycling him. Like, next time we knock out all his armor. So, in about 2 hits, yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5. Please tell me I did not de-aggro you. Again, de-aggroing Kinga Hurl was my main fear at this point. Single cycle? No, not quite. Basically there, though. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I should get him. I mean, not beat him, but I should get him down in this cycle. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I should say, I think this is the furthest we've ever managed to get. Two, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go for the extra one. Ooh, that was actually really close. Run away. Well, I say it was really close. It wasn't trivially not close. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to, for my own safety, count the start. Count the combo that I'm naturally in. Oh, that was scary. As part of the... As part of the combo on him. And yeah, now we are. I'm sure even if I weren't getting those first hits off, we're basically cycling him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't go too far away. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Okay, I think he just hit the masonry. So there are two things which can make a projectile disappear on my side, and that is 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we single cycle? Is this the yeah, we do. 2, 3, 4, 5. We are incredibly close now. All I've got to do is not choke, basically. Oh, so nearly a choke. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And next round we get him. This will be Kinga Hurl in under 1 hour. Looks like it anyway. Here we are. Probably the first ever hardcore LU. Well, no, almost. I feel safe saying almost certainly the first ever hardcore LU. I don't think anyone ever will have tried this in the past. And now I have no idea what's coming next. I have done no preparation, which will really help me here. No. Okay, keep moving. So I forget what we have on this round. Well, I say I forget. Okay. Seems we're good for a second, so I'm actually gonna... I can't open up packages, okay. Just gonna trash the packages then. And give myself some more healing items. We can work out at the end how many healing items. When I ever actually complete a run, we can work out how many healing items it took to get it. And I can then attempt it in a real run. I feel I should almost give myself more. Do I not have anything cheap to get rid of now? Goodbye. I'm just taking this opportunity to ensure that I have have a good set of items. Okay. So. We ready? Time to learn about new enemies. But also, yeah, so that... Oh no, I don't like this. Are these just the same? I don't know, something makes these... Do these look different? I don't know if past a certain point these guys level up and become more dangerous. And if they do, I really need to know. Okay, same amount of armor. You'd think I know every other enemy that I know the stats for when it does level up also increases its armor at the same time as it increases its damage. So I'm just going to assume these are normal hammer stromlings. Just quite a few of them. But that's fine because we can handle those. I don't like the 2-in-1 combo there. Speaking of the 2-in-1 combo. Oh, that's good. Let's catch just you. I've also got some invisible statues. Because my patch of this I have evidently isn't full. De-aggro both, re-aggro one. Why did they de-aggro in that order? Huh, that's weird. Okay, well we know they're normal. So it's all for science. That was completely intentional. It's also... Can I get rid of the magic invisible sparkly boy? Can. And aggroing only one of those. That's cool. I knew there was a risk at aggro one, but aggroing exactly one. It's good. Okay. I do not like the lag on that. Fairly certain there's nothing behind me. If there is, I'm dead. Well, I'm not dead. Oh no, I haven't. Okay, I've got to finish on those two. I had not scouted this out properly to finish in the right place. I was just so surprised to be here. So classically what happens is that I get... What I should do is get rid of the invisible statues, because those will be a problem. Yeah, so typically what happens around this stage in the game, when I've just made a large improvement on my personal best, or just made an improvement on my personal best, like typically a boss, so I get a really good run, and then I can't replicate it for ages. And that's normally because just after a boss, I'm playing incredible. Or just when I've just like gotten a new piece of progress, I play it incredibly safe. And so even if I do fairly well after this, do not expect me to replicate that performance later on. Okay, enemy check. Another fairly free round, this looks like. I mean, presumably we'll have to deal with hammer hurls, but my playstyle doesn't really change for them. Because that's a single 1 damage attack. Ow. I see you. Back away, back away. Should be able to... Wrong one. That was very close. I could have just run up there and de-aggroed both of them. Well, de-aggroed only one, rather. I honestly should have done that anyway. Okay, what's the plan? So I'm gonna clear out and... Okay, cool. I've got a target final enemy. Aggro 2. Ow. Cool. Interesting, the hammer hurl stromlings have extra range, that looks like then. So I should have de-aggroed both of those. So the same aggro range, but a higher de-aggro range. Looks like. Roughly, if I had to guess. Okay, just a hammer stromling. Ow. Ow. When I get in a bad loop on those, it's just a case of... Well, assuming there's only one of them, it's never really dangerous. It just uses up 2 healing cherries. Okay, so this is the best sides from which to aggro only one, but it's not the best side from which to fight. Fortunately, everything on the other side's too far away. If we get him to whack Blido with just Return to Adventure Explorer themed enemies, that would be incredible. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, I don't have a plan for this. I don't have a plan for Spiderlings. Fairly certain we're dealing with invaders now, and I think they might one-shot me. Okay, wait a second. I need to get up stats on these. Oh no, I think that bot might be down. The bot that I normally use for stats. Let's just see. Bot channel. Is the bot up? Come on, please be up. People have been using it. Okay, so need the name of the thing. So the name is going to be what? NSI. Okay, cool. Let's go through. NSI Dark Spiderling. I want NSI Dark Spiderling. Okay. NSI Elite Dark Spiderling. 12605. / enemy. 12605. Okay. The Elite Dark Spiderling. Okay, the only difference is we now have a... Okay, the difference from the Elite Dark Spiderling is the lunge attack now does 3 damage. That seems to be the only difference. I'm going to check, see what other Dark Spiderlings we have. Is it just those? It's looking... Just going through... There was at some point a Maelstrom Dragon in Battle Limbo Station. Cool, did not know that. Okay, so there's Dark Spiderling boss, but that's just Wagblido. It's Elite Dark Spiderling. We don't have any Dark Spiderling invaders by the looks of this. Okay. That should have me covered, and then I'm just going to assume Wagblido. Now let's check. Let's see if whether or not Wagblido one hit kills me. So I should have this information for very obvious reasons before going into fighting these things. Let me... Great. Wagblido has a melee attack that deals 7 damage. I don't know. I don't know which one that melee attack is. That could be the web attack. Do I need to look up some old footage for this? I feel like I might need to. Or I might just assume it's the web. It's a good assumption it's the web attack. Because I'm assuming okay. So I'm going to need to have a different strategy for taking on these spiderlings. Is this just another round of the same? Basically. I mean, not that I'm complaining, but... Shouldn't have been that laissez-faire about that, because there could have been another hammer hole nearby. But yeah, anyway, so it seems we've got a couple of easy rounds at any rate. Wait, are they just slowly upping the proportion of hammer hole stromlings? In fact, I'd probably say hammer hole stromlings are easier, in my opinion. Oh no, okay. Careful, careful. That's exactly why I have to be careful, because I knew I was close enough to aggro that guy. Cool, okay. What do we have? Okay, so that's going to be my final guy. Can bait these a fair way so I can get all the way back pretty safely. Wow, when you're a little bit too efficient on your attacks. Do not like the lag spike whenever I use that. I still don't know what's causing that, and it's not fun. Did I just assume? I did assume, and it still got me. Okay, so I think just everything on this round is a hammer hurl. Oh, 8. Where are the 8 remaining enemies? So that's bugged. This is bugged, I'm going to be quite annoyed. So the question is, will this end when I beat these two? Question is, on whose side is that bug? Is that just a visual bug showing the wrong number? Or are there some enemies that have somehow ended up out of bounds? Probably just going to lose aggro on you. And we're soft locked, I think. Unless I've just completely missed some enemies. Even if we're not soft locked, I'm gonna have to like make a complete bum rush to get back, because I now don't have enemies taken out at the correct points. This is a little bit of a shame. Could quickly get out of bounds and like test or try and find where if there are any enemies just out of bounds. But I'm not expecting. I wouldn't expect to beat them then, even if I did. Oh, this is low-key slightly salty about this. Okay. What am I going to do? So let's get a jetpack. See if I can hunt them down. There may just not be any. Let's remember to go 8 this time. We are. You just not let me change that. Okay. Just typoed. One of those things floating around. Just random bricks. Just random bricks. Don't see anything. So I could also be out of aggro range of anything. It's very possible. I mean, even without this, it's still a huge success. I do need to work out, because if this is going to be a repeating thing, then this is actually a bit of a problem. Yeah, the only assumption I can make is that the things literally haven't been spawned in. Okay, what if I... Oh, what if there were meant to be? What if this was the round where they did introduce the Elite Dark Spiderlings? I'm going to try something edgy. So... I'm going to attempt to do this without dying. I mean, can I get far enough to de-aggro it? Yes, okay. I don't know how this is programmed, and I don't know if we're just missing enemies or what exactly is going on. However, let's try it again. But this might, just might, work. Three damage. Walk back, move in, expect 3 damage attack. The strategy uses a lot more space, but it does work. Okay, yeah, and notes that lunge attack, 3 damage. Do I still have the speed boost? I feel fast. And also note the extra health. That's going to be annoying. Well, I'm not too disappointed about that. So what have we learned for those? Those are going to be annoying to fight. I feel like I was getting lag built up from these, from all the healing cherries. Don't know. Anyway, I'll go and talk with other people, see what people's experience has been on Battle Limbo Station, see if this is a thing. I might go and redo it on this server, see if it's server dependent, work out what's going on. But yeah, I think we can call that pretty successful. Yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Yeah, I'm glad we've got a successful Kinga Hurl run. That's probably the first time anyone's ever done that. We made it a good way through the next couple of rounds. I see that as an absolute win. Don't know what's happening on this round. It might have just been, so it could have been that there was a particular enemy that wasn't being spawned in. It could have been something, and like we'd have found that next round. I'll just have to take a look. This, as I said, this may be an old server version, something like that. I don't know exactly what is being run on here. I knew that this is primarily for testing, so I wouldn't expect it to necessarily be up to date and maybe a bit unstable. So yeah, cool. Yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I've been You. I'll see you around. Bye. That button doesn't end the video. This button ends the video. That's better.